Somebody just take that.
For most students, technology is a tool that saves time and helps them research, explore, create.
Get a little bit of the treat.
For disabled students like Susanna Martini, technology is all of those things and much more. It is a lifeline.
Assistive technology is the major foundation of my life. Without it, I could not exist as I am today. I mean, without a computer, I couldn't do my homework. Move left, one word. Without my chair, I couldn't get around. Without my cell phone, I couldn't, call for help.
Active since she was born with cerebral palsy, Susanna refereed soccer matches from her wheelchair in high school. A sophomore at the University of Washington, she uses voice-activated software to complete her written assignments.
This is because computers involved electricity.
We all know how technology has improved in the last few years, all sorts of technology. What most people don't realize is that assistive technology, technology that helps people with disabilities use computers, has been progressing at the same rate.
Answer: air pressure prevents this from happening. Source: Stephen Hawking.
Even though there's a lot of technology available for people with disabilities, it isn't implemented that much in our school systems today. And there are a lot of reasons for that. One is that people who work with students with disabilities, this could be teachers, lab managers, parents, often aren't aware of the technology that is available for them. And then technology is not always included in the planning process.
Back in high school, they didn't understand that I needed a laptop and I needed a desk that could raise and lower, and I didn't have those things. I got a laptop after my mom made them get me one because she knows how to get through the red tape, but it's really necessary.
If they have access to their computers, they can take their own notes, they can take their own tests, they can write their own papers, they can use the internet and do their own research. These are things that they couldn't do in another way. They need to practice these independent skills so that they can move on to college and on to career.
By introducing kids to technology early, it gets them better prepared and makes it easier down the road, and then they can spend the later years of their school years focusing on content material and the curriculum. Okay, what else?
The first task is to determine the best way for the child to access a device, whether it's the touch of a finger, a nod, or the twitch of an eyebrow.
It took us 3 years to figure Adrian out. He couldn't move any parts of his body except his eyebrow. And so we've determined that was the switch side, and then we determined which type of device would be used.
First, the device scans the rows, and then when he twitches his eyebrow, it begins to select the columns, so row column scanning.
The devices are personalized with various icons, phrases, and voices, and can be programmed to let children share news from home with their classmates or tell their parents what they did in school.
My grandfather was a vaudeville musician. He lost his arm in a lumber mill accident. He put an ad in the Portland paper asking one-armed people if they're interested in learning music. He taught them how to play instruments.
The senior Amond also patented a device that allowed people with missing hands to play the piano.
I'd always wished that I could make something that could make a person who had lost an arm be able to take the place of their fingers. And then one night, I woke up in the middle of the night and I realized that joysticks aren't just for putting electrical things on screens. Joysticks can do other things. Joysticks can do mechanical things.
Eamon's dream became a small box with a joystick that triggered solenoids and operated the valves of a horn. Learning a new way of playing was exhilarating and frustrating for Lucas, and just as he was getting the hang of playing it, someone took his horn.
But for these students, technology truly changes their life and the opportunities that they'll have in the future.
I think assistive technology is going to allow me to major in communications and get a minor in disability studies. I actually want to be a news anchor.
I'm hoping to go to college on a music scholarship and study music and be a musician. I love to play.
I've always been drawing as a kid and using a pencil, of course, and it became my profession, or part of it. Nowadays I do everything on the computer, drawing and working with photographs. I design all kinds of graphics, such as icons, CD covers, t-shirts. I use standard graphic software, mostly Photoshop. What is special is that since I cannot use my hands, I use an on-screen keyboard, keystrokes and the Origin head mouse to control my computer. The funny thing is that my speed with the mouse is faster than most people. Keystrokes is more than just a way to type, it's the way for me to control the computer. I've got this environmental control. I've got a few buttons next to my head. Pressing them, I control the lights, the door, the telephone, the windows. I live by myself independently, but I do of course get a lot of care. In the beginning I didn't have any control over my care. My life was dictated by the care system, so I decided to develop my own care system, and right now I'm working with others to make it available for all people in Holland. Keystrokes and the Origin head mouse are very important to me. Without them, I wouldn't have access to my computer. I really don't want to think about my life without the computer. I'd probably not be able to live by myself without the computer. I'd be in an institution. And I've seen some institutions where I don't want to live.